the ship Merrimack into the ironclad vessel CSS Virginia. It was also at that shipyard when the Navy's first cruiser, first battleship, and first aircraft carrier were all built. The green crane that you see down the way is the hammerhead crane. It was used to install gun turrets onto the decks of battleships, which were built at this yard between the First and Second World Wars. And the Norfolk Naval Shipyard is located in Portsmouth, Virginia. When the name of the yard was changed from the Gosport Yard to the Norfolk Naval Shipyard, the property was then located in Norfolk County. As we make our turn, coming into view to our port side is the waterfront of Portsmouth, Virginia. You'll see the American flag flying above Portsmouth's High Street Landing out to our port side. High Street Landing, one of the stops here in Portsmouth for the Elizabeth River ferries, and High Street Landing is situated at the base of High Street, which is the primary street of a very nice section of the city of Portsmouth known as Old Town. Within Old Town, within the cove, are traveling along the Atlantic Intercoastal Waterway. Beyond Crawford Cove, you'll see a wooded point of land called Hospital Point. Hospital Point is home to the United States Navy's Regional Medical Center of Portsmouth, Virginia, formerly known as the Portsmouth Naval Hospital. Looking through the trees, you'll see a white building with a green dome roof. That is the original construction of the hospital, which opened in 1832. Since that time, the hospital has never closed its doors or refused to care for any patient. And that is significant to see that the hospital changed hands several times during the Civil War. Also, since 1832, the hospital has been added to a few times. You'll see some of the new phases of the hospital out to our port side. The tall brick building opened in 1960. The brick buildings with the green roofs have been in operation since the early part of the 2000s, and all the phases of this facility together make this the world's largest military medical installation. Productions of letters written by soldiers who lost their lives fighting in every war the U.S. has been involved in. Beyond Town Point is Nauticus, a visitor center featuring many interactive exhibits on different facets of maritime life, both military and commercial. On the second floor of the building is the Hampton Roads Naval Museum, which is open free to the public and built from a Nauticus International pier to the Half-Moon Cruise Ship Terminal. Cruise ships like the Carnival Sunrise can roll into the pier to load and unload passengers, primarily for cruises to the Caribbean. This ship arrived early this morning to unload 3,500 passengers. Throughout the day and day, she'll be taking on another load of 3,500 and departing later around 5 to 7-8 cruise to the Caribbean. You see the tugboat Steam and Dan and a barge tied up alongside the cruise ship. That is a fuel barge. That barge is the process of refueling the cruise ship. It's far easier to bring fuel out to ships around the harbor than it is to bring nautical miles with pinpoint accuracy. The 16-inch guns are the largest ballistic guns ever deployed aboard a U.S. ship and the most accurate guns ever deployed on any vessel. The battleship also carries 12 smaller guns. They are 5-inch 38 caliber guns, 2 per mount, 3 mounts on either side of the ship. During the Second World War, the battleship also carried well over 100 anti-aircraft guns. Well, the ship not only served the U.S. during World War II, but also the Korean War and Operation Desert Storm. Throughout the long career of the Wisconsin, she was equipped with newer, more advanced weaponry, including 4 phalanx close-in weapon systems, Harpoon anti-ship missiles, and Tomahawk cruise missiles. The ship is now permanently moored here at Nauticus, and open to visitors daily on the admission to the Nauticus Center. At this time, we are going to continue heading outbound on the Elizabeth River. As we make our way outbound, we will be taking the same route which ships take to open sea. About 25 miles to sea. That building originally constructed as a cotton storage warehouse towards the end of the 1800s. About 40 years ago, during Norfolk's downtown redevelopment, the unused warehouse was converted into the condos that we see there at this time. That is a popular trend to do in many seaport cities, to convert unused warehouses into prime residential and business real estate. Looking over to our port side, you'll see some more of the Portsmouth Naval Hospital complex. You'll also see a branch of the river called Scotts Creek, stretching off into the city of Portsmouth. At the mouth of the creek is a small shipyard. operated by General Dynamics. You see 4 gray vessels there this morning. The first 3 are identical and stored here. They are part of the nation's ready reserve fleet. Vessels like this use. Looking out the distance to our starboard side, you'll see a couple of brick buildings with large round doors and some ventilation on the roofs. Those are the ventilation houses of the Portsmouth Norfolk in-town tunnels. Tunnels pass underneath the river here, about 45 feet of water. Coming back up on the Portsmouth side to our left, where you'll see a couple of other brick buildings inshore there. Also on our port side is Portsmouth Marine Terminal, known as PMT. PMT was once a very busy containerized cargo handling facility. Roads Harbor. Hampton Road is one of the world's finest natural harbors, over 12 miles long and 4 miles wide. Harbor made up of the Elizabeth River, the Lafayette River, the Mansfield River, the James River, and the Chesapeake Bay. Hampton Road is also a very historic waterway. It's here in 1607 when Captain Christopher Newport, Jamestown settlers, first sailed on their way to setting up the Jamestown colony. It was also here in 1862, a famous battle in the Civil War ironclad ships, Monitor and Merrimack and Hurricane, and it was here at sea. Looking over to our starboard side, you'll see the mouth of the Lafayette River in view. Lafayette is spanned the distance on the Hampton Boulevard Bridge. Lafayette River used to be called Tanner's Creek until the 1970s. During the colonial era, Tanner's Creek was a popular hideout for pirates that operated along the eastern seaboard. One of the pirates frequented the area was named Edward Teach. They're known as Black. You'll see Tanner's Point to our starboard side as well. Tanner's Point home to Norfolk International Terminals, or NIT. NIT lined by gray, blue, and yellow bandings on the smokestack of the ship. On the north side of NIT Pier number 3, you'll see a gray vessel coming into view. That is the Wright. The Wright is the 1960s era general cargo ship, part of the nation's ready reserve fleet, operated by the Federal Maritime Administration, indicated by red, white, and blue bandings on her smokestack. Now in view on our starboard side is the highlight of our tour, Naval Station Norfolk, Virginia. Naval Station Norfolk is the world's largest naval operating base, covering an area of more than 6,000 acres on a point of land known as Sewell's Point. The base is home to over 100 surface ships and submarines, as well as a wide variety of aircraft that operate here as well. The first ship that we'll see at the base today is ship number 188, the U.S. naval ship Joshua Humphreys. On the south side of Pier number 2, you'll see 2 of the Navy's Arleigh Burke-class guided missile destroyers. Number 107 is the USS Gravely. Closer to us is number 84, the USS Bulkley. Arleigh Burke-class ships are one of only 2 classes of naval vessel to carry a very sophisticated system known as the Aegis weapon system. The Aegis system consists of high-tech sonar, radar, communications, and computerized weapon rooms. Aegis-equipped ships are able to track and prioritize well over 2,000 targets simultaneously. Those targets can be surface targets, submarine targets, air targets, even targets for other vessels as well. The computers associated with Aegis will determine whether the ship is tracking hostile or friendly targets. Hostile targets are automatically prioritized by the computers, and those computers will automatically select the best weapons to deal with any type of hostile target. That all happens very quickly and very effectively in only fractions of seconds. Weaponry on board these ships includes ones which can be fired from either a surface or submerged position. Depending on the version used, the Tomahawk has a strike range between 700 to well over 1,000 miles. The Virginia-class subs, the one closer to us, those submarines also carry Harpoon anti-ship missiles. Both of these subs are nuclear powered. Each sub carries a single reactor, which will provide near silent propulsion at speeds in excess of 25 knots when submerged. The reactors function for between 15 to 20 years between refuelings, which allows for more than 1 million miles of steaming distance for the submarines. The Los Angeles class sub is 360 feet in length. She's 33 feet wide and will carry a crew of 130. The Virginia-class sub, closer to us, is a little newer and a little bit larger, 373 feet in length, also 33 feet wide. You see about a third of the submarine on the surface. Virginia-class subs also carry crews of 130 on board. The construction of these This is another Arleigh Burke-class destroyer. We do see quite a few of them at Naval Station Norfolk. Navy plans on building more than 70 of these vessels. Price tag for a new Arleigh Burke-class ship is running at about $2.5 billion. Ship number 28 to our starboard side, LHD for short, often referred to as a helicopter carrier. That ship is about the same size as a World War II era aircraft carrier. She's 844 feet in length, 140 feet wide in the flight deck. She'll carry a crew of 1,292 and transport more than 1,800 Marines. She'll be equipped with 40 helicopters, both attack and transport helicopters. She also carries a wide variety of landing craft and hovercraft on board, stored in the ship's interior well deck on the stern. That ship will also carry 6 Harrier jump jets. Harriers are fixed-wing, jet-powered aircraft that can take off and land vertically. They provide tactical air support during an amphibious assault. They're flown by pilots of the United States Marine Corps. That ship will also carry some of the Marines' newer Osprey aircraft. Osprey are propeller-driven tilt-motor aircraft which can operate like a helicopter or an airplane. And some of the Wasp-class ships are now being aircraft carrier piers. We'll see 2 of the Navy's super aircraft carriers this afternoon. The first, ship number 78 on the north side of Pier 11. Number 78 is the USS Gerald R. Ford. The Gerald Ford is the first and so far only ship of the Gerald R. Ford class of super aircraft carrier. The United States Navy classifies any carrier in the world of over 1,000 feet in length a super carrier. Ford is 1,092 feet in length. She is 258 feet wide, weighing in at just under 100,000 tons. Ford will carry 75 aircraft when underway. She can carry more than 100 if need be, but the Navy puts carriers to sea with 75 on board under normal circumstances. And those aircraft are taking off, landing, and being raised and lowered to and from the flight deck at all times during the day or night, rain or shine. That much activity on the flight deck of any carrier makes